Battle of Britain and the Blitz, 1940 to 1941. By June of 1940, Poland, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg, and now France had all fallen victim to the Nazi rule. The British were now the only allies left in Europe, as even after the successful evacuation at Dunkirk, many men and a lot of equipment were left behind. Nazi German Führer Adolf Hitler expected these British defeats would be enough for them to surrender. However, Prime Minister Winston Churchill reassured that the British would fight until the end and, quote, never surrender. By early and mid-July, Hitler was now thinking about and planning for an invasion of England nicknamed Operation Sea Lion. Ideally, the German invaders would be prepared by August. However, this was unrealistic as the men were simply not ready or trained for the task. The German High Command was also worried that the British Royal Navy, which was still present and very much powerful, would put a stop to any seaborne invasion attempt. Therefore, the responsibility to attack England would fall upon the German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, headed by Reichsmarschall Hermann Göring. Göring believed that the Luftwaffe would be able to effectively combat both the Royal Navy and the British Royal Air Force, or RAF, and if all went to plan, both would be rendered ineffective and a land operation would occur in September. The Luftwaffe would begin their attack on England on the 10th of July, 1940, mostly targeting industrial and shipping locations for about a month until the 13th of August, when the Eagle attack, as it was called by Hitler, commenced, with the Luftwaffe attacking RAF air bases and factories in southern England, all in an effort to wear the British forces down. The Luftwaffe was over 2,500 planes strong compared to just around 2,000 for the RAF. The planes that saw use from the RAF included the Hawker Hurricane, which was durable and well-armed, and the Supermarine Spitfire, which saw less combat than the Hurricane, primarily because it was simply more effective and the British wanted to use them sparingly. The Hurricane would end up seeing more action than the Spitfire and was more effective in terms of destroying the enemy planes. The Luftwaffe planes were lightly armed, but in greater numbers compared to the RAF. Despite the number advantage, these bombers did not have the weapons on board capable of doing serious damage, which led to them being shot down relatively easily by the British. One of these more vulnerable German planes was the once feared Stuka dive bomber, and the top German plane, the Messerschmitt Bf-109, was also not as effective as the Germans hoped, as its range over England was limited. By the end of August, the air casualties for both the Luftwaffe and the RAF were mounting, but there were more German losses than British. In early September, the Luftwaffe bombed civilian parts of London, which was said to be an accident, which prompted the British to retaliate and bomb Berlin. Hitler was infuriated at this and then told the Luftwaffe to now target London and other civilian targets intentionally. These bombings of civilian targets would become known as the Blitz. At one point, London was bombed by the Germans for 57 consecutive nights. By mid-September, the RAF had proven that they were the superior air force, as the Luftwaffe bombers were being shot down faster than they could be replaced. After these mishaps, Hitler delayed Operation Sea Lion several times until it was officially canceled in October 1940. The Battle of Britain would come to a close the same month as well. However, the Blitz would go on until May of 1941. In total, there are around 4,200 casualties for the Germans, who also lost around 2,000 aircraft. The British did not suffer as many, but still had about 2,000 casualties and just around 1,700 aircraft lost. However, the Blitz saw much more destruction, as over 40,000 UK civilians were killed and over 1 million houses and apartments destroyed. The Battle of Britain was one of the first, if not the first, German defeat of the Second World War. Thanks for watching.